Keith. Do not attempt that right here. We're gonna kick you out if you do not have the voice. This is only for the talented ones, kindly. So come here singing if you are talented. But karibuni sana. Hope you guys are doing amazing. That was Joe with I Just Wanna Know, one of my favorite songs, literally a throwback that I'd listen to maybe anytime I'd love to. But shout out to K Williams enjoying. K Williams, I hope you're enjoying your lunch break over there. And of course, shout out to also everyone who's joining. I hope you guys are enjoying the rest part of the day. Today, shall be talking about a very sensitive, for me, it comes really sensitive, a very sensitive conversation regarding the videos we shall be sharing. And that is what Keith mentioned earlier today on my show, what we shall be talking about. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to close my ears, become deaf for a minute, for those 9 minutes of that video, but that is very devastating of how just these white people, the crimes they have committed, and how they are working scot-free and still committing more and acting innocent. But on top of that, we shall also be discussing, of course, TikTok, which is supposed to be banned this coming Sunday. Looking forward to that. Of course, the inauguration of Trump also is in the next coming few days. Like I said earlier, also we shall be discussing about the arrest of
Joby, I dare you try to flex on me, Joby.
Oh, how am I flexing? How?
Tried to sing, tried to sing on me. You don't try to flex on me.
Like, can you sing? Have you sung before? Like, let's get I said this is for the talented one, so stay away if you're not talented, please.
I know, Joby. The jealousy, Joby. Stop it. Stop it.
I try very much. Okay, please,
I
and also
know.
should about also the arrest of the 11-year-old black girl, like I said earlier today, still on the ongoing LA fires. The governor still has something to say. I'll share bits of that, and of course, much
Yeah,
more
we're
about
gonna go
the.
into LA fires too, because LA that's all planned. Sounds a lot of people to understand that's all planned and phony and you know, um, like I said, they want to create these smart cities,
Mm,
and this is all on purpose. We say, oh, this mayor's an imbecile. Yeah, she's an imbecile on purpose. She's a moron on purpose. She was called a moron, an idiot, all on purpose. It's not accidents. You got the insurance company owned by the Jays, cut everybody's insurance off. At the same time, cut their fire insurance, same way they cut their flood insurance in Florida right before that hurricane hit Tampa. So they're the ones doing it. They want to create these smart cities around the planet to lock people in. So,
yeah.
it's stretching, they're smiling. People that lost everything there when they're smiling. And like they said, North Carolina didn't get anything but $750 alone. They didn't get no money, but they said they're going to rebuild LA. You know they're going to rebuild it? Because of what? They want to make it a smart city.
Mhm.
That's the second biggest city in the United States. They want that city to be a shining city of treachery, of tyranny. I don't care about these morons up on that mountain in North Carolina. Fuck them. Fuck them. But watch, I want you to watch slowly who moves in to claim that land. Some of the most expensive land in the world, not in the world. Los Angeles is one of the most expensive cities if not the most expensive city in the world, really. It must be more expensive than New York. So that's why I said I can't afford to. I can't afford to live out there. I refuse to live in a shack. Right. So,
So we have the
yes,
governor over here who had
what you
something
got to say?
about the fire. So let me share this very quickly.
We're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties,
In
and the
Hawaii,
like. So
the same shit they did in Hawaii. Remember with the dudes? They did the same thing in Hawaii, in Maui, with these direct energy weapons known as dudes, and then try to claim they don't know if they exist. We got the patent numbers off of it. If you put it on Facebook and Instagram and all these other social media sites, they'll take it down. They're directed energy weapons. They've been at it for a long time. Controlling the weather. They've been doing that for a long time. They've been controlling the weather earlier than I even thought. There was a gentleman I found out, because I've been doing some research myself. It's hard to research now. Everything's hidden. So I want to know, how long have they really known how to control this weather? And from what I'm seeing, it goes back to 1912, 1913. There was an individual who was in California, said he could control the weather. And so he would mix his chemicals and make it rain. And then it rained so bad it flooded out the city. I think it was like San Diego, flooded it out. He wasn't responsible because they couldn't prove it was him, right? It said it was an act of nature, even though it was him that did it. So they never paid him for doing it, right? He got paid the first time, and then he couldn't make it stop. And so everything got flooded. I think it was like it might be like 1915. I was like, damn, that's over 100 years ago. So we know they control the weather. And since they control the media, most morons in the world don't know this technology even exists. Most people in America are stupid. Dumb as hell. They believe but not so many, not really you, but the regular average old people, they believe in the mainstream media's narrative. And so when you tell people about these, they're like, what? Energy weapon? Well, you're talking a conspiracy again, right? Mm-hmm. But if you look again in California, just like we did in Hawaii, everybody who had blue roofs, house didn't burn. If you had a blue roof, your house didn't burn down. And explain to me, how's everybody's house burning, the cars are melting, but the trees are still up? How are you getting trees that don't get burned down, Joby? How's that work? How you got trees that are woods, that is wood, that don't get burned down to the ground, but everything else around it does? Explain that.
Very fishy. Very fishy.
Exactly.
I'm setting up the fire, of course.
Are you working with our legal teams to move those things forward? And we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks. We're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
Yeah.
Tell them to define the term speculators, because that money's gonna be too expensive for speculators. Only the super rich, and I mean the wealthy, not no millionaire. Only the billionaires can buy that land. So who are these speculators he's talking about? Understand, Gavin Newsom and all these people are in on it on purpose. They're put there to destroy America. America's being destroyed, guys, from within. They got to take down America to put the New World Order in. Okay, you guys need to know that. They got to destroy the United States for the New World Order to create. They control everything. That's them doing it.
Mm-hmm. And as we continue with these reports, which also mentioned earlier today, where we had they're calling them the narco tunnels, where we had the U.S. federal agents who discovered man-made tunnels running from Texas to Mexico, and that they believe that they were used for drug smuggling or
smuggling and people smuggling.
Mm-hmm. But the question is that, because I remember the last time also we had the other tunnels that were discovered. I can't remember where we had, of course, the baby trolls and.
Oh, that was in New York. That was New York. That was in New York City with the Jays and the babies and all the damn. What do you mean what happened? Nothing. They're Jays. Nothing happened to them. What do you mean what happened? Nothing.
Now we have these ones too that have been discovered. So this one is going to end up to nothing, because we're talking about human trafficking. It could be children, it could be body organs, it could be anything.
But human trafficking, that's all controlled by the CIA, which is created by the Jays. It's not really an organization that represent anything but the bankers who run the planet. So yeah, that's them. The secret tunnels everywhere throughout the United States, everywhere.
Mhm.
Like I said, there's a whole city underneath LA. I've been to. There's a whole city underneath LA. Tried to catch whole city underneath there. Whole city underneath LA. Whole secret a city underneath there with whole bunkers underneath there. Whole as big as LA it is. And if you guys know, if you guys have been to LA, LA is massive. You take like 5 Nairobis and you still don't get the size. LA is massive. It is massive. That's why I say since LA's infrastructure is not built like New York. New York, you can survive without a car. In LA, I don't know how you go. I don't know how you would make it without a car. I'm just being honest. It's so spread out. It's so massive. So remember, Klaus Schwab told you. He mentioned LA. Said by 2030, 2029, there would be no cars in LA. Who the fuck is he to tell this foreign German bastard to tell us what there's going to be in LA by 2030? Who the fuck is he? Oh, he works for those folks at the World Economic Forum. By 2030, there will be no cars in LA, and it will be a smart city with half the population. You're like, what? Who's this crazy old bastard? Who the hell is he? You don't get, and you need to listen. Like, what?
Comments. I remember also you mentioned that there were tunnels that were under Hollywood.
Yeah, you got, put this up. Cynthia, what's that girl's name that they traffic? You guys see on, go to TikTok for me, Joe, and put up,
Mhm.
what's her name? What's the black girl's name that they've been trafficking? And they caught her lie, and then all her pictures start popping up with all those stars. All her pictures say, that's me right there. And I go, oh, yeah. What's her damn name? Go to TikTok and put this in the bar. Because I can't remember say,
Ali Carter.
yeah, Allie, that's it. Allie, you're a guy. How you know? Yeah, Allie Carter.
Thank you,
Allie
Jared.
Carter. Huh?
That is Jared who pinned on the comments. I'm saying thank you to him.
Oh, Jared have a name already? Damn. Yeah, that's damn. Yeah, Allie Carter. So Allie Carter says, because she said she said they're gonna burn down the city, and watch they try to hide the tunnels. So go to TikTok and say Allie Carter says, watch for the tunnels in LA
Okay, just a minute.
or the underground, the underground city or the underground. Well, yeah, this is underground tunnels. Like she says the whole city down there. She said if you don't know yet, you'll get lost and you'll die down so big. Where you at? You get one of them tunnels as big as a city, you will get lost and you'll never find your way out of there. When they thought it was lying, all of a sudden she was short by all these damn. Say that is her next to Will Smith. That is her next to these people. Not being next to him like a groupie, being next to him, being with them. Like, whoa, Jack. So yeah, you just don't know the level 6 trafficking and human misery that's going on. You people have no idea. She make this when she talks. You have no idea how the real world works. Who's fucking these babies and what they do. The leak. She's in the room when, yeah, she's in the
There
room.
was something that happened. There was I don't even know what to call it. There was
Don't just be playing it. Don't wait.
something that
That's
sounded like an earthquake. Some
This is not it.
yes. Yeah, I don't know about. You give me a chance at least wait. You just put the video and just push play.
Sorry.
Good.
Continue.
Is this the one that's gonna be a bunch? There's a bunch of videos, Joby, of her talking. I don't know if that's the right one. You just pick. I don't know if we gotta listen to it, but yeah, she got a bunch of videos, Joby,
Okay.
exposing stuff. Because years ago they said she was crazy, but all the evidence said nah. All the evidence kept showing her with these people. Like, that is that girl. That is that lady. Because I think when she came out 10 years ago or 9, people said she was crazy, Joe. Of course, they always say you're crazy. And she was doing conspiracy theories for money. And then all the videos start popping up with those people. Say, hey, that's that black girl right there. That is her. Why is she next to Will Smith? And Will Smith laughing with her holding her hand. It said it's her with this other stuff. What the hell is going on? Go ahead, Joe. You're going to play one.
Okay, let me press this one.
There are underground tunnels that are under the schools,
Yep.
elementary, junior,
Underground
and high school,
hotel.
all over the place.
Yep. Yep.
They exist
Underground cities.
everywhere.
You've been in
I'm
them.
sorry?
You've seen
Yes.
these, been in these?
Yes.
Where do
Yes,
they
they lead to amusement parks, they lead to hospitals, cemeteries, schools, celebrity homes, psychic shops. They lead everywhere.
You mentioned in one of your previous interviews that it's like a whole other world down there.
Oh, the whole city down there.
What happens down there?
Yes, there's every means of transportation. There's every walk of life.
Now we know. Pause it. Now we know there's super trains that they put underground that we don't got up here on the top of the planet. We know there's goddamn trains that can take you from New York to LA like in goddamn 3 minutes because of the suction it has. All the high technology they put under the ground to keep away from everybody. Like she said, all means of high-powered transportation down there. And also clean and free energy. All this shit's underneath the ground. All these cities are underneath the damn ground. We got no clue. And we know they are. You heard Phil Schneider talking about it 25 years ago, and they murdered his ass in his home. They choked his ass to death. And when his tongue popped out his head, Phil said, I got CIA clearance. I'm not supposed to talk about that. I'm one of the guys who dug the turtles. We got underground cities all throughout the United States for the elite. That's where they do their dirt at. No one can see what's going on. They got high-speed rail down there. They got grocery stores. They got shit down there. Houses. Go ahead, Joby.
There's cities, there's different areas.
There's cities down there. That's right.
While I was down there was something that happened. I don't even know what to call it. There was something that sounded like an earthquake, something that sounded like people got into a fight. There was a shooting. I was taken from one room to another, and then from there, someone left me there. I started moving and trying to get out of where I was. I was with the friend that I came in with, who was freaking out. She was hyperventilating. She was crying. She was trying everything to get out, and it made us get deeper in. The lower you go, the harder it is to get out. No one knows where the doors are. No one knows where the exits are. No one knows where some of these tunnels lead to. So it's not as easy as just say, I'm just going to get out, or I'm just going to try to find a way out. If you are walked in, you're escorted in, somebody has to help you get out. After what happened, we had to leave. Again, I don't know what was going on. I'm still not sure what happened that night. Maria, I am so sorry. I am my brain is I'm so sorry. I don't even know what's wrong with me right now. I'm being honest. I'm like stupid sweating, and I don't even know what's wrong. But I'm fine. Okay.
It's a very, very difficult topic.
They tried to call her a kook, a crackpot, a nut, and everything she said had come to pass. And the videos over with all these stars started to come out. Anjali?
I'm going to share this one of hers where the same that she tried to tell us, but no one listened.
Yeah, no one listened. She was crazy.
Didn't I tell y'all there will be an accidental explosion?
accidental fire, and the next thing you know, celebrities' homes would be on fire, things would be on fire. I pray for the people in its path, but I also pray that it exposes the things that it needs to expose. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened, and then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire, it wasn't an accident. My pimp put me on an order to go to the Getty, Los Angeles, California Museum. Pause it. The Getty. I told you I was young hearing about the Getty and the tunnels. Like, and back then I wasn't red pill yet. I was a dumb moron like everybody said, man, you sound crazy. Get out of here. Underground city. How they make a whole city and don't nobody know shit? I didn't know about the boring machines they use. I didn't know about the technologies. I said, under the Getty. Yeah, no, man, it's all LA. It's a whole city underneath it. I said, man, you better start smoking that dope. You crazy. Get off the weed, man. You talking crazy talk. Because I was in the Matrix. I didn't take the red pill yet. Because you know that sound crazy as shit. But it means a whole city underground. It just ain't LA. All throughout America, there's cities underneath the fucking ground. All throughout this country. Now, to the average man like me back then, you sound like a nut. I said, man, yeah, man, you probably go, like you need to go talk to a psychiatrist or something. Like Joby said with my, like Joby said yesterday, I was talking about my past life experience. I was pulling a Joby. You believe that shit? You believe this underground cities? You believe that shit? I was doing a Joby. You believe that shit? Man, get away from me. You crazy. You better go get some help. Go get some medication. Go ahead, Joby. I was told I was going to walk through a field trip. I was taken with another girl. I call a friend of mine. And we were put in dresses and sandals. We were taken in a sports car. We're not taken in a sports car. We pulled up to the museum in a sports car. We were told that we were trying to give a different appearance. So we were walking through, I remember walking through kids. I remember walking in and seeing school buses. I remember walking in and seeing children and chaperones through the museum. And I remember people staring at us as if it was as if we were somebody special. We walked through the museum. There are, employees that know exactly what's going on in the museum. They block the doors. They know where the entrances and exits are. They take their orders from someone else when someone is trying to get underground through the Getty Los Angeles Museum. I was walked through. I remember taking stairs, going through a garden, taking an elevator. I was drugged, but I was walking. There are many situations in trafficking where you can be alert. Some of my pimps did not let me see where I was going. Sometimes I was so drugged that I was carried into a job, dressed, and then placed in a room and waiting for my order because I couldn't move myself. So at this time, I was able to walk. I was able to see what was going on. And I remember walking through. I remember talking to certain people after we got so far. I remember my ears popping. I remember feeling like I'm choking because the air was so weird. We got to a certain point and there was it looks like a basement. It looks like where they keep things that were not public display in the museum.
Now, Getty has one of the biggest basements, and you might think that's one of the underground places. It's not. It's underneath that big ass basement that's like 10 stories. Underneath that basement, everything starts happening. When she told you they were raping children and eating them, they thought she was crazy. She told them they were eating babies and drinking their blood, adrenochrome. Oh, this bitch is crazy. But by then, when she came, I knew she was telling the truth. But, you know, if she would have hit me 20 years ago, I'd be like, oh, man, this motherfucker crazy. But, you know, now knowing I knew when she came out like 10 years ago, I knew what she was saying was the truth. After researching it, I said, man, I don't know how she survived. I wonder why they didn't kill her ass. But if she told you about them taking children down there, killing them, drinking blood, eating them, sacrificing them, all kind of crazy shit. People are like, oh man, this broad is crazy. What drugs is she on? Go ahead.
That's why they didn't kill her, because people believe that she's
exactly. It's crazy. That's true. That's could be it. That's true.
So far, we were in tunnels. We were put on cars, drove to a certain point, bar. I seen sorry. I seen cars, boats. There's trains, there's buses, there is every means of transportation under the ground. There's a city under the ground. There are there's a different air supply that kicks in after you get so low.
And who goes down there?
After getting down there, I talked to a few people. I was able to meet celebrities, actors. I'm not a person that knows somebody just by name or by face or right away. I was somebody who remembered somebody from a movie or something like that, or something that they did. I was able to speak with somebody that was so cocky. And I remember telling him, I know you from Look Who's Talking. That's all. And I remember everybody laughing at me because I was
Look Who's 15. Ain't that John Travolta? She's 15. That's John Travolta ass. That Look Who's Talking. Look Who's Talking with John Travolta and that Christy Alley. So it was either Christy Alley or John Travolta. Most likely it was John Travolta. Because remember, John Travolta's in that Church of Scientology shit. Uh-oh. I think that's John Travolta ass.
The only thing that I know you from, John Travolta, is Look Who's Talking.
Yep. See, John Travolta. I knew it was his. See, I never seen this video. That's how John Travolta, whatever that lady name who died, that was in the with him. So I was like, I said, figure it got to be John Travolta ass. Go ahead.
That's it. I think that's we have many videos of her talking. John
Travolta was down there asking. John Travolta asked, can I lick your 15-year-old coochie? That's right, Joe. That's the real deal.
Hollywood is so dirty, so dark. Man, it's this is so dark. This is so deep, and it goes deeper.
We done blew Joby mind again, but if she get quiet. Yeah, Joby. Underground cities, they take children like her. They rape them. Sometimes they eat them. Sometimes they goddamn drink their blood. See, when you got all the money in the world, Joby, what is exciting to you? You can go anywhere you want. You can eat. See, it's a whole. But you got all the money in the world, Joby. The best food in the world is not good enough for you. The best places to travel. There's no you. Nothing's good enough. So you want to do so. So what can bring you excitement, Joby? You're bored now because you can do anything you want to do. You got the power to do anything you want to do, and it's just the legal shit you can't do that in public because people come at you. So you got underground cities where you go rape children and eat them and slit their throats open. Just wicked shit. Evil. You have kids where they go, also in Europe, the mansions of the elite, the damn whole royal families, they were bringing kids, Joby, and they would hunt them. This century, they would hunt them. They would take them out, put them in their little state, and they would hunt them, and they would kill them. They would go out, they say, okay, you guys go, you guys all leave. If you get caught, you're dead. It's going to hunt you. They would hunt children on their estates, Joby.
Man.
Yeah. That's who runs the world, psychopaths. Pedophilic psychopaths. So, you got John Travolta and all these other people. And it's hard to tell people, Joby. You know how crazy you sound telling people, the world's run by psychopathic pedophiles who drink blood? Like, what? Get your crazy ass away from me.
It's not the normal world you used to. I mean, it's not what.
Of course.
Happening. You live in your own bubble. You just minding your business. Then you get
until they kidnap you, Joe, you're a little young, beautiful black girl. They kidnap your ass, take you down there, and you look like, what? What? I don't know if an African mind can adapt that. They might commit suicide. That crazy shit.
I can't process this. This is just so crazy. But anyway, as we continue, shout out to Jiba Jabba, shout out to Jared. I see you all have some comments. Let me go through them as we get to continue. I see Jiba said earlier, years ago, I saw a tunnel from Juarez, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, that a semi could pass through. It came up via elevator.
While you're reading this, Joby, go back to TikTok real quick and say, because this is one of the ones they know about. It's not underground, but it's underground cavern. Say truck driver shows driving through underground tunnel. Say truck driver shows driving through underground tunnel. This one was because we know the military has a bunch of it. They call DUMBs, deep underground military bases in America. So the military has a bunch of them. But there's one in I know in Missouri that this guy was driving a truck showing them going down deep into. He said, "Look at this. Look how big this shit is down here." And we only allowed to go so far, but it's all kind of cities and shit they got to be building down here. Say truck driver.
I mean, the only tunnels are in movies where prisoners escape and they hop on a train, type of a tunnel. Let's see this one.
Oh, you on YouTube? I was saying TikTok. Okay, YouTube is good.
Yeah, I am Corey doing that, mate.
And remember, he's on the ground driving. That's an underground city driving. How big that shit is. Those cities down there. I said he's underground. See, that's just one that lie in the film because he's stocking it with food. It ain't one of the secret runs that she was in. That thing is fucking massive down there. That's one in Missouri he was going through, I remember. There we go. See, that's the ones they allow you to go in. That's not the one she's in. She's in the secret one.
The truck driver.
7 car.
That's the first video I've shown, literally.
Child wondering how much food is really being hidden from y'all, huh?
Down there.
Y'all wondering how much food is really being hidden.
Hey, right. All that food is for them.
Underground though. I'm underground though.
See, that's the shit they want you to know. That's not the secret shit. That's probably some military base underground. That's why they allowed them to film it. That's not one of the secret ones. Because they already know you know shit underground now. They don't try to hide it. But you got whole cities underneath there, the ones that she's in. So they're not trying to hide it because they know a lot of y'all starting to know. They thought that was a conspiracy theory, so they just letting you know, yeah, we got shit underground. There's food underneath it. They got food that lasts them 200 and 300 years underneath, 1,000 years. That's why they want to blow up the world. That's why they want to kill up. That's why they want to blow up the world starting World War III. They got whole cities underground. They say, we're going to be safe. All the food is being, all that food is being taken down there. Who the fuck is all that food boy he's talking about? We not eating none of that shit. They dropping storage trailers down there. So I'm sure that road connects to a secret road he knows nothing about. He doesn't have no access to. You go further, there's some other road that hooks all the way back to the road that they need to go get that shit. And he knows nothing about. Joey said crazy.
I get ticklish. Me, I'm about to be nosy. Knowing me, I'm about to be nosy though.
Like it went deeper over here some more. Like they finna go underground over here. Like it's a big hole right here. Oh, this they little pond. This they little pond over here. This they little pond over here. Okay. Some ancient shit going over on here, ain't?
There's some ancient shit.
Water pump.
Ancient shit around here.
The water look like. I bet just some living in there.
A little gold spot right there.
And remember, engineer
like gold right there.
Phil Schneider told you they were built 25 years ago. He said we got whole underground cities underneath there. We go through rock like a hot knife through butter. We got all kind of underground shit that the regular people are not allowed to know. Remember, they murdered Phil Schneider in his home. They strangled him to death. CIA got his ass and strangled him to death. Of course, like they did Gary Webb with the cocaine for the government of Gary Webb. He shot himself in the back end. They took a phone cord and strangled Phil Schneider to death, and then say he committed suicide. Now, I don't know how you strangle yourself to death with a phone cord, but they did, and they said, Phil Schneider, he killed himself because this stuff back then in the 90s, he wasn't supposed to be telling about these bases being underground, these cities being underground. That was top secret. He's supposed to shut his damn mouth. So he kept talking, and they did tell him. They sent him a letter or something. He said that the CIA trying to tell him to stop. I'm not going to stop talking. Oh, they came and choked his ass to death. I think they cut his tongue out and put it back in his mouth. He was all fucked up. Do me a favor, Joe, since you got that, since you're on YouTube right there. Type in and say, oh, it's TikTok. Okay, we'll TikTok. It'll be on TikTok too. TikTok, the algorithm. Hope we don't lose it. TikTok algorithm was much better than fucking, shout out to Big Cheese that got me on TikTok. Now I'm mad we losing the damn thing. And TikTok is the best goddamn app there is. Say Phil, Phil Schneider, Schneider. Phil Schneider found dead. Phil Schneider found dead. Let's type that up. See what it says. Just go to one video. See what they give us.
Vote for Philip Banks. Philip Banks. Philip Banks. Break out, Lucille.
There he is.
I've got a few questions.
When you got a video, go to the next video. I don't know what the fuck that is. That shit's annoying. Now just go to the next one, Joe. You ain't got to go all over. Just go to the next one, see what they're saying. Are you going?
It's not me. It's TikTok not responding. I don't know.
Oh, it's not responding. Okay. Some fish. Yeah, we got all our stuff hacked. My Twitter got taken down. I don't even use that shit, that X shit. I can't even get into it. Instagram got hacked. You know who did it? The cats with them hats.
Let me try on YouTube because I don't know.
Yeah. Try on YouTube. I'm seeing YouTube say this is right. Type the same thing on YouTube. Say Phil Schneider found dead. Okay, there you go. Go to the third one right there. The third one. Right here, right there, the white dude right there. Tap on top of that one. Yeah.
Thing I want to reach to you is that during the unbelievable part, I was involved in building another base inside of Dulce, New Mexico, which is Los Alamos.
Under the ground.
It's a biological laboratory.
He found aliens down there.
The southwest part of the Archuleta Mesa. We built an underground facility, a better part of 3 cubic miles hollowed out underground.
Pause it. See, they've been building underground facilities. Pause it, Joe. They've been building underground facilities. He's letting you know. This dumb Zebra, he wasn't supposed to tell that. He's supposed to keep his mouth shut. That there's underground cities that they've been building. That's a fact. He's supposed to keep his fucking mouth shut. And while Joby, 25 years later, is like, wow, what? Look at this shit. There's cities down there. So he's telling us when he's supposed to keep his mouth shut. But go ahead, Joe.
We were in the process of the early stages of building. We drilled 4 large tunnel-like holes. Some of them ran 2.5 miles under the surface. Number of the original wells or drilling machines that were used were the rate of up 2 miles a day. It was fairly rapid. The equipment kept coming up broken. So we wanted to go down and we wanted to send somebody down there, a human observer, or human observers in this case, to find out what was going on. Well, to our total surprise, first of all, the government knew all about it. They didn't tell anybody. When I saw Green Beret and Black Beret people encamped inside of our geologist camp, I knew something was up, the gig was up. First of all, I knew all about the alien agenda. I'll explain that in a few minutes. The large alien grays had been encamped there for as best as believed possible about 400 or 500 years. Had been one of their internal bases. And we drilled holes right on top of it. All the stinking air, all the black sooty air came right out as soon as the first hole was sunk, and all this soot came up, and well, that's when all the hell broke loose.
Pause it, Joby, pause it.
Anyway,
and remember, he goes down there, and the grays are down there. We know the aliens are here, guys. It's not no conspiracy theory. You got Dr. Lee, somebody's gonna come out, it's gonna be a main disclosure. You got the CIA admitting they got bases in the ocean. You got flying saucers flying everywhere. So this is known. If you're a moron, you don't know that the aliens exist, and you're just stupid. So he goes down there, and he confronts these aliens who have a base inside the earth. And remember, they're going to blow his fucking fingers off. And he's like, well, they ain't tell us. So they get in a fight with these aliens, and shit starts shooting back and forth. And see, back then, this is all top secret. He wasn't supposed to be saying none of this. But now it's all come out. If you don't know this, there's aliens and there's other other entities that live on other planets or other dimensions, you're just stupid. No, they really don't help you. It's all known now. You should know this. Okay, your government has disclosed it to you in some way, shape, or form. Why we had those drones up last month interacting with real entities from a different place, either interdimensional or other planet, right? Ones that Joby showed us up and fucking around northern Kenya right now. They're letting this stuff be known because the vibration is changing on the planet. So this was scaring the elite. So once you know this, all these religions are going to collapse. Is Allah fucking around in space? Is Jesus up there? Where are these things from? They tell you I'm from a planet fucking 20 million light years away. You're like, what? A planet? 20 million light years away? Or I'm from another dimension. Okay? All this shit's been hidden. They've been dumbing down everybody. Not to know if you got interdimensional beings. There are other dimensions or what people call other densities. And they are real. They exist. not just the third dimension, a third density that we live in. We got entities that live in the second and first dimension, what we would call demonic, but they've been breeded into CERN. That's where everything's getting real wicked. Because remember, Europeans have no defense against these goddamn, they can take over their bodies because they have no melanin. So when I showed Joby those sprites, those are intelligent entities looking for a body to house themselves in. If they're from the second dimension or the first dimension, that means they're demonic, they're wicked, because they haven't evolved in conscious. So those things are being let through now CERN. All hell is breaking loose. That's why the world's getting more demonic, because we know the people that run this planet, they have rituals with these entities. These are facts. But you never taught none of this, because you're not taught how the real world works. So Phil was talking about this, that, even though there were aliens, had a base in the ground, he said the government knew. Of course, the CIA knows. But you called stupid and crazy back then a conspiracy nut, functionally retarded if you mentioned any of this. But now too much information has come out. You can go check the CIA documents. They even admit it. Go back and check the CIA documents. They know these aliens exist. They're scared. They don't know what to do with them because their technology is so high. Some of them don't know if they're interdimensional or interstellar. So this is real. Go ahead, Joe.
All 4 holes took about 2 days to drill all 4 of them. And when you build a underground base, you drill 4 basic holes, and then you build called stopes or cross-member holes across, and then you use blasting equipment, special blasting equipment by the analyzation of the rock formation, and you literally blast out or tunnel out or deflagrate or melt rock out to build the large rooms that are required for this underground base. Well, in this process, I was lowered down the basket of one of these holes, and about from me to this elderly woman here in the front was sitting a 7-foot tall alien gray. The stench was worse than the worst garbage can you can imagine. The person the entity was absolutely horrible. I didn't waste any time. I reached for my pistol. At that time, as an engineer, I didn't have time to carry all the folderol of one of these big submachine guns that all the sea spray and the yellow fruit and all the outer perimeter and inner perimeter security people carried. I carried a little Walther PPK pistol with a 9-shot clip. This is in late August of 1979. Now, you got a regular suit of clothes, you got a regular clothes on, plus you're in almost like a spacesuit environment, and you're reaching for a gun. It's not the easiest thing to do, and then to pop a clip in it and start shooting. And I killed 2 of them. Yes, they're mortal and they do die. However, in the process, one of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish. And burnt my fingers right off.
Burnt his fingers off.
And it was some form of electrical force, because the kind of like being hit by a lightning bolt burned all my toenails off of me. Completely crispy crittered my left foot. Burnt the shoe right off of me. All I remember is the smoking remains, and I'm still conscious, but in and out of, I didn't remember much. And there was a Green Beret that was right behind me that risked his life. In fact, he died. But he risked his life. He shoved me back in the basket and hit the button and took me up. And I wouldn't be alive talking to you today if it wasn't for him. I'm forever indebted. He lost his life. 66 Secret Service agents, Green Berets, Black Berets, crack troops lost their lives because the government, our United States government, lied, did not tell us anything about the alien threat. There's a war underneath there.
They can't tell you because we can't do nothing about it. Their technology is too advanced for us. They can't tell you because it'll panic people. People still caught in religious nonsense. It'll put panic on the planet. They can't tell you because it'll make everybody go crazy. And they can't, and we can't fight them because they're like 2,000 and 3,000 years more advanced than us in technology. I mean, probably even more than that, might be 1,000,000 years more advanced than us. So you can't fight the motherfuckers. So of course, what's the Bruce of telling people is too scared. They're like, just keep it quiet. Call people crazy. Call you a quack. Because if the threat's there, they can't protect you from it. They don't got the technology to stop any damn thing. At that time, America's the most advanced military on the planet. If we can't stop it, there's nobody on the planet that can stop it then. They come and go as they want and do what the fuck they want when they want. These motherfuckers are interdimensional. They walk in and out of time and space. They'll be right in front of you, then they'll be gone because they can shift their frequency. See, this is real science. They've already done it in the lab. I showed you. I got to start doing these shows again. A lot of you guys are new to know. They've already done the lab where they can switch frequency. Things go in and out of fucking dimensions. It's here and then it's gone. That's what some of these goddamn aliens can do. Switch their goddamn vibration. Next thing you know, they're in front of you. Next thing you know, they're behind your ass or just gone. You're like, oh shit. Because they're able to manipulate the vibratory field. You don't know how to manipulate no fucking vibrational field. You swing at a motherfucker, he gone. Next time he behind you, stabbing the shit out your ass. Oh shit. So that's some scary shit. So, you know, it's like fighting a ghost. You're not gonna tell the public none of that shit. You know, motherfucker just appear over your bed. Someone's in my business. Oh, you're just crazy. You're crazy talking. And they know you're real. They'll come back to you. Okay, be quiet. Now, what'd you see? How'd it look? You know, they to keep your damn mouth shut. So these anomalies have been happening forever. But go ahead, Joe. Go ahead and finish them up.
It's been going on since that time. Since late August of 1979, our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space alien. The small gray, the large gray, the reptilians, the whole thing. There are 11 distinct races of aliens. 2 are benevolent. 1 had to leave here in a hurry because their world is under attack, both on the surface as well as underground. There, the Pleiadians. Maybe some of you are familiar with that. Would some of you raise your hands who've heard of Billy Meyer and some of the, very good, about half the group. Well, Billy Meyer is one of these lucky people that they figured, well, he's kind of a simple type, we'll show him everything. Well, these are the benevolent aliens, and they've been here helping us. In fact, I have a picture, let me reach for it here. I have a picture of one of the aliens been working for the United States Pentagon for the last 58 years. His name is Val Valiant Thor. He's right here.
Mars.
There's my father in the back.
That's Phil Snyder's father back there. His father was part of what they called the Philadelphia experiment. So we don't know. We all know what the Philadelphia experiment. When you looking at Stranger Things. Anybody seen the thing Stranger Things on Netflix? Mm-hmm. That's about the Philadelphia experiment in Montauk.
They're supposed to release another season, I think, this year.
Okay, I don't know. Well, that's them making a movie, a TV series about Montauk, about understanding how to go interdimensional, how to go other dimensions. So that's what Montauk and Philadelphia experiment was about. When the government was trying to understand how can we go interdimensional, how can we go into another dimension of space and time. And so Phil Snyder's father was part of the experiment. His dad was there. They tried to, the Philadelphia experiment didn't work, it didn't happen. Everybody knows it happened. Everybody knows what happened in Philadelphia when they fucking did it. How they were interdimensional. Motherfuckers was sold into the damn hull of the ship. Everybody got fucked up because they was dealing with forces they didn't understand yet. They were taking a piece of equipment that big into another dimension. I use the magnetics and electromagnetic fields, you know. So they continued that up into something called the Montauk experiment. Do a favor, Joe, real quick. Go to YouTube and say who's really good with Montauk. If you guys don't know Montauk up there where close to K. Williams, a little further out on Long Island, New York. Another secret military base that they were doing these experiments. That's also where they were inventing mind control. MK Ultra was there too. That's all this shit all ties in. All this wicked shit they've been doing. They were doing MK Ultra with Montauk and what's that cracker's name? Oh man, he wrote the book I read. Let me see, because this put this up, Joe. Say go to YouTube, search to say Montauk experiment. Oh, what was? My father say what was the Montauk experiment? Even though that was a base, but there's a bunch of shit they were doing. We know they were doing MK Ultra, their mind control. What's that cracker's name? Was out there, wrote all them books about Montauk. All it is just African spirituality. They were studying how to do it, how to make you leave your body, how to have you have mind, how to have you astral project your body, how to have you do mind control with your mind, how to move stuff, telekinesis. Yeah.
We have previously examined reports that the United States may have conducted clandestine experiments during World War II, with the infamous Philadelphia experiment allegedly cloaking a naval warship at great personal cost to those.
Exactly. Pause it. See, the Philadelphia experiment leads you to Montauk. The Philadelphia experiment is when they were trying to understand, because they started to know things are interdimensional. All this stuff is not accident. They kept away from the public and dumbed everybody down. Most people are stupid and can't understand this technology. When they do it, it scares the shit out of them. That you live in a multi-dimensional universe. You're not the only entities in this universe. And you're not the only entities that live in other dimensions. So once they understood that, because remember they were understanding quantum physics. So they knew there was a quantum world, and they were trying to say, well, what the fuck is behind the veil, as we call in the Bible? The lifting of the veil. What's behind this goddamn veil? What's in it? What's on the other side of shit that we can't see? We know stuff is here, but what is it then? So they were trying to experiment to try to reach out and see what the fuck it is. And a lot of shit was demonic. Because them being crackers, they go backwards. They go to the second and first dimension with all the demons and shit. Because they're not spiritual enough to go to higher dimensions. See, to go to higher dimensions, you got to vibrate on that dimension. Remember the Philadelphia boat was to vibrate to another higher dimension. But they don't vibrate to higher dimensions because they're wicked. Everything they go to is the lower dimensions. It's all demonic shit. Go ahead, Joe.
Stories persist that the events aboard the USS Eldridge form the basis for yet further disturbing research on the part of the US military, a sinister scientific program known as the Montauk Project.
Right. And all this is them trying to use technology to do what you do naturally. So that's them trying to do spirituality, but use technical ways to get to it. This is normal for you, but they told you it's evil. They know this is real. They have you worshiping all dumbass Jesus and Allah and all that dumb shit. But they gonna study your real African science and trying to figure it out. So you don't need to be in no experiment to do it. You as an African, you can do this natural because you got melanin. All you gotta do is concentrate, clean your body, and then learn to meditate. All this shit is normal for you. Go ahead, Joe.
On the afternoon of the 12th of July 2008, local police were called to the Ditch Plains Beach in Suffolk County, New York, to report that a body had been located there. Having arrived, officers parted the small crowd of onlookers to discover that the remains which had washed up with the morning tide were thankfully not those of a human being. Strangely, though, they were also not of any animal that either the police or any of the assembled witnesses had ever seen before.
Interdimensional being.
The creature in question was roughly the same size as a large canine, but completely hairless, with a set of large incisors jutting out from below what appeared to be a beak-like nose. Whilst the corpse of this bizarre-looking entity was in the process of being recovered, word of the incident quickly spread throughout the local community. The coming days would see journalists from numerous news outlets descending upon the towns near to the beach, asking residents for their theories as to what the carcass could be.
CIA is showing up.
For the most part, the townsfolk believed the creature was most likely a raccoon or coyote, which had bloated and degraded, having spent a long time in the water. Others suggested to the reporters that the dead animal could be some kind of bizarre hybrid, created as a result of experimentation at the nearby Plum Island Disease Center.
Exactly. So there's no hybrids created. So you understand hybrids. Now, that's what I'm going to tell you about these other people on the planet. They're hybrids. Europeans, East Indians, Asians are not natural human beings. They're hybrids. So they know all this technology now. Now, this is something they knew that goes back 3, 5, 6, 20,000 years ago. Now they know how to finally do it, how to make hybrids, how to make these what they call chimeras. This is called a chimera. You merge genetics to make this monster, it's a chimera. Go ahead, Joe.
Of cases, those being questioned became visibly nervous and evasive, intimating that the mysterious animal had originated elsewhere. Directing the journalists to a redundant military complex situated several miles to the northeast of the beach, they simply refused to speak of the matter any further, and warned the reporters that the abandoned facility was a place of great danger, where horrific crimes had once taken place. For those journalists who placed any credence in the assertions of these nervous citizens, their short drive up along the coast would lead them to the Camp Hero State Park. Located within the boundaries of this large area of outstanding natural beauty are the remains of a US naval base, which date back to the height of the Second World War. Constructed during the early days of 1942, Camp Hero is intended to provide defenses for local maritime traffic against the murderous attacks of German U-boats. In a bid to hide the base from potential enemy sympathizers, several efforts were made to disguise it as a local fishing village. This resulted in depictions of windows and doorways painted onto the large concrete bunkers, and fake chimneys added to replicate local houses and shops. Having been closed down shortly after the surrender of the Axis powers, the onset of the Cold War saw the fort reactivated and renamed the Montauk Naval Air Station. Its primary purpose shifted to radar tracking, part of a wider national early warning system to protect against incursions by Soviet nuclear bombers. The Montauk Air Station would continue to act in this capacity until the early 1980s, when the decision was made to finally close the base as part of a wider decommissioning project. The authorities, however, elected not to dismantle the 90-foot-tall radar dish that loomed over the coastline there, instead leaving it as a reference point for local shipping. With the empty buildings falling into disrepair, the Parks Authority later fenced them off completely to prevent public access and avoid potential accidents at the site. For roughly 20 years, the station's role in the wartime defense of the United States was largely forgotten, only to explode back into the public consciousness during the late 1990s. A man named Preston Nichols began to give interviews promoting a book he had written, in which he
him, Preston Nichols.
And secretive
That's that cracker's name, Preston Nichols.
Of the Naval Air Base. He alleged it had been covertly used by US intelligence agencies to try and gain superiority over foreign leaders and governments. The project, which he claimed to have been a part of, was ultimately deemed a failure by those who were running it. The facilities at Montauk quietly shut down at the same time the base was closed, hiding any evidence of the tragic loss of human life.
They moved to other places.
At the heart of Nichols' allegations lay a covert CIA initiative that had been conducted during the dying days of World War II, in an effort to boost America's post-war prestige. Named Operation Paperclip, this project saw CIA agents working hand-in-hand with Army intelligence resources to find and then abduct leading Nazi engineers from mainland Europe. Faced with the prospect of a public trial and possible execution if found guilty, thousands of German scientists readily elected to work for the US government under new assumed identities. In doing so, they provided their handlers with details of the controversial and arcane experiments which their former superiors had demanded.
And remember the Bell Project. Remember in Germany they were working on something called the Bell Project. So they transferred that technology, remember, called the Bell. The Bell Project was the Germans trying to go interdimensional, and they told you they did it. So after World War II, we secretly bringing over these Nazi scientists, say, you better come work for us, we're going to murder you. He just told you, we're going to all kill you, motherfuckers. You're going to get tried, and we're going to put bullets in your head. So it's better for you to come work for us and show us how you went interdimensional, motherfucker. If you don't, we're going to put a bullet in your head. So we know Project Paperclip is real. They brought thousands of German scientists over here that they were going to murder if they didn't decide to bring their ass over here and work on these new technologies for America. See, that's all known. That's no conspiracy theory. That's all known today. Project Paperclip. Come work for us. If you don't, we're going to put a bullet in your head. That was the bargain. So, of course, we got thousands of German Nazi scientists in America. That's a fact. Everybody, they don't hide that no more. So everybody knows that's a fact. Not a conspiracy theory. Go ahead, Joe.
Work. Included amongst these secretive procedures were projects aimed at achieving time travel, mind control, and
mind control, time travel, and interdimensional. Exactly. Mind control, interdimensional. That was what they were working in Germany called the Bell experiments. So if you guys got to go know what the Bell experiments were, the Germans were the most advanced motherfuckers on the planet at that time. How they lost World War II, it blows my mind. But they were the most advanced country, without a doubt. Technically, Hitler's country was the most advanced because they were working on shit that did nobody understand. Russia, America, nobody. They were working with interdimensional travel, interdimensional beings, fucking time. Is time travel real? Mind control. Now we know mind control is real because half the fucking movie stars and these dumbass rappers are under mind control. Go ahead, Joby.
Nichols claimed that a number of these scientists were posted to the Montauk Naval Air Base, with their work conducted in a series of underground levels beneath the main complex.
Underground levels!
It was here that they continued to refine drugs and techniques designed to control and suppress human will. just as their previous masters had ordered them to do during the war. This work formed part of another notorious CIA program, MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, told you.
Be closed down in the 1970s.
They didn't ever.
They didn't. Its existence.
They didn't ever close that because the public found out 30 years later. They didn't ever close shit down. That's all the bullshit. All they did was move it and go underground and tell you, oh, we closed it down. They've never changed. That's why you got propaganda in the media. They've never changed. They never stopped MK Ultra. You think because the morons found out about it? Remember, I told you it was all made up. Remember, they found out the papers that these motherfuckers have figured out how to control people's mind. Mind control is real. So it's, oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to shut it down. If you believe the Jewish fact, CIA stop mind control, the motherfucker, my name is Dr. Pepper. Go ahead.
There was a widespread public outcry when it was revealed that participants in the program had died or committed suicide.
Commit suicide.
As a result of the substances they had been administered.
They were told to commit suicide because they were under mind control.
Information which had managed to find its way into the hands of the U.S. Senate was just the tip of the iceberg, and that the full reality was much.
It was just a little bit. Exactly.
Use of mind-altering chemicals.
Exactly. It was just a little bit that the damn American people found out. Little bit that they found out. That shit went deep. That motherfuckers run around sucking their own dicks in the street. All kind of crazy shit under mind control. You think they stopped that? They got complete control of the planet now. What? You think they stopped that? Never. You might have had a real Congress back then a little bit. Now the Congress, we got all controlled by the CIA. The cats with the small hats. All of them are controlled. How about I tell you when she little black lady up there in Germany? So look at the black lady and from Dallas talking shit. That bitch is mind control. She just doing all of them are controlled. CIA got control of everything now. But go ahead, Joe.
Psychoactive substances only formed a small part of the work which had been undertaken beneath the Montauk Air Base. The scientists there had apparently utilized other techniques, such as high-frequency radio waves and brutal physical torture, to fundamentally alter the psyche of their test subjects. They also used the same methods to eventually wipe the memories of the staff who had worked with them on the Montauk project,
right,
including the memories which had been held by Preston Nichols himself. Nichols alleged that during the latter half of the 1980s, he experienced several bizarre and unsettling encounters with people he had never met before. These individuals had approached him in the street or made contact with him at his place of work, going on to claim that he had been their boss on a secret government project. Initially dismissing their remarks as some sort of prank or possibly even mental illness, Nichols eventually became disturbed by the fact that each person appeared to be recounting the exact same set of details. They attempted to convince him that he had been the deputy director of something known as the Montauk Project, based at an air base which was situated in the New York district of the same name. Eventually, these encounters compelled Nichols to undertake a visit to the site they had described, where he was able to persuade a caretaker to allow him access.
Yeah, so pause it. And so Nichols had to do with Joby. Pause it. So Nichols had to do what I told Joby. Joby said, I'm crazy. Joby said, I'm crazy yesterday. So Nichols had to go back and get regression therapy to get his memory back that they had wiped clean. To get all the shit that they completely wiped his mind clean, not knowing his own past. So he had to go back to regression therapy to get his mind, his memories back. But Joby said, I'm crazy. Go ahead.
No, you're not.
As he cautiously made his way through the empty offices and abandoned hangars, Preston Nichols began to recall memories he had never known before. He experienced visions in the third person, as he and others carried out horrific experiments on young test subjects. Hurrying to where he recalled that staircases and escalators to the lower levels were located, he was stunned to find that each of them had been concreted over. Exiting the building, His gaze then rose to meet the dilapidated 40-foot wide radar dish that loomed over the base, as he recalled its shocking hidden purpose. It had been used by him and his colleagues to broadcast extremely high-frequency radio waves into the local community, before conducting inquiries into the effects. A subsequent visit to the local police station soon uncovered evidence that the events Nichols was now recalling had indeed taken place during the 1980s. One of the officers on duty there related that whenever the radar dish was seen to rotate above the base, bizarre and inexplicable incidents would go on to be reported. These included groups of people stood together for several minutes in trance-like states, before regaining consciousness, with no idea as to why they had assembled in such a way. There were also instances of mass deaths of local animals and birds, as well as residents being rushed to hospital with severe headaches and nosebleeds. Alongside this, local youths were coerced and blackmailed by CIA operatives into becoming test subjects in the underground levels of the base. They would be starved and physically beaten on the orders of the scientists, before attempts were then made to clumsily reprogram their brain patterns. This was all for the purpose of ascertaining whether it was possible to unlock psychic powers, such as the ability to project themselves to other locations, or to harm others, without having to be physically present. As time passed, Nichols produced more books on his experiences, and in doing so, only managed to undermine any semblance of credibility he had once held. Each successive publication became more fantastic than the one before, until he was eventually forced to admit that he had added fictional content to make them more appealing to readers. However, several other individuals would later come forward, also alleging they were participants in the Montauk Project, who later regained their memories after having them wiped. These included James Bruce and Stuart Swerdlow, both of whom claimed to have been abducted by the military and then experimented upon at Camp Hero. They were only two of a much wider number of test subjects who were starved, drugged, and beaten in an effort to unlock powers and abilities buried deep within their psyche.
Now understand, powers, now pause that.
The young
pause that, Joby. Powers and abilities. See, powers and abilities, people, these are normal for black people. You're too scared because you could be religion. They're trying to make them have powers and abilities which are psychic. As African people, these are normal because you have melanin. If you learn to meditate and go within, you have certain powers that are part of you, your spirit connection with the Creator. This is normal for you. See, they need technology to help them. You are technology as an African. You are that. You're the one with a functional pineal gland, but most people's pineal glands are calcified. You're the one that can make shit move with your mind. Telekinesis is real. You can do that, but you raise your vibration. So they know, so them doing all this, they know it's real. Why they doing it? Why they fucking people up to try to make it work, experimenting on them, and all this other shit in secret, and all this wicked shit. I can just imagine what they done in Africa. That probably would never come out. Because they know who's got melanin. You imagine the shit they done in Africa secretly? God damn. Shit. Imagine what they did. They go to one of these goofy backward ass villages and grab these Negroes up. Shit, I can imagine the shit they've been doing in Africa. Crazy. So they were trying to enhance their abilities to see if they can leave, because remember, you can leave your body. You're supposed to learn to astral project, leaving your body. Your body is just a shell. You a soul in the body. You leave your body. That's where they got the movie. If you guys remember the movie, Men That Look at Goats, that was a funny movie talking about the CIA trying to be nice, how they had this program with George Clooney and them, and they try to pretend like that's them lying. Oh, we gave up on all that shit. No, they didn't. They perfected all this. They have remote viewing. So this leads to them learning how to remote view. Where you leave your body and you can just see everything in the world outside your body and come back and say, okay, this. Remember, that's how they started making them spy remote viewing. I would see Joe. They said to me, focus on Joby, and I would leave my body and go where Joby is right now and see what she's wearing, see what she's doing. Joby wouldn't know I'm there because I'd be in what? A non-physical state.
Yeah.
I'll be right next to Joe. Joe said, whoa, like a ghost around me. She don't know. I'm right there looking at her ass. Oh, this is real. That's astral. It's an astral world, astral projection. It's all been proven. So if this blows your mind, I'm sorry. You got a P mind. You know, you're a P brain. So this was them doing all that to perfect this science. These were called super spies, and they were using for astral projection, which the CIA claimed they shut down. Again, they didn't shut it down because I got one of the guys on BitChute who was one of the guys said, no, they never shut none of that down. And they tell the general public that. One of those guys, because I'm subscribed to one of the channels on BitChute, and they never shut that down. And he was one of them. So I was one of them. You can go back and do my records. We were in the CIA when I was younger, 30 years ago, inside that program coming out of Montauk, where we learned how to astral project. And we would go to Russia and say, what's going on? We would stand next to the president of Russia, look at him, and go back and report what we seen and all this other shit. But go ahead, Joey. Go ahead and play it.
Subjects were encouraged by their captors to try and harm one another using only the power of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Efforts were also made to see if it was possible to remotely project their consciousness
to
other parts of the
globe. You understand? Astral projection. See? I never seen this bit before. And they said what I just said with Joe. I just said, Joe, because the universe always brings me what I say, and Joey brought it, right? So I said astral project. So they were trying to learn the starting of astral projection, and they perfected this shit. That's what they were just learning. That's what he said. To see if they can project their mind out of their body and see what the fuck is going on. Go ahead, Joe.
Observe the secrets of those nations, an ability otherwise known as remote viewing.
Remote viewing.
Even more bewildering was the testimony of two other men, Al Bielek and Duncan Cameron, both of whom claimed to have been crew members aboard the infamous USS Eldridge. The pair described how, as the situation spiraled out of control inside the warship during the events of the Philadelphia experiment,
they jumped off,
run up to the deck. They had surmised that the only way they would survive the fate experienced by their comrades would be to jump clear of the hull.
They jumped up and ended up in another dimension.
In the future, several hundred miles away inside a hangar at the Montauk facility, where scientists were experimenting on portal technology. Agreeing to join the project, the two men worked at the base for several years, helping scientists in trying to harness wormholes to travel through space and time. In one instance, they allegedly survived a tragic and brutal accident that killed many of their colleagues, when something had emerged from one of the portals and gone on a killing spree. They stated that this had been the catalyst which persuaded
portals are real, guys. Portals to other dimensions are real. So they were opening up portals. They probably didn't know how to close that shit, and something wicked came through that shit and started killing people. So we know they've been opening portals in CERN. And we know this portal's now opening up because of CERN all throughout the world. They're allowing these sprite things to come in, but they need a body to host. And since white people are unmelanated, their bodies are easily taken over. That's why they were created, to house demons or these portal beings. So they opened up portals, some came through there and started killing them motherfuckers. They probably didn't know how to close the portal because it's all learning. Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Too late now, nigga. It's in there killing your ass.
And a hidden reactor beneath the site, concreting over all the entrances that led down to the lower levels. Just as with the other test subjects, their memories were then wiped, but restored naturally over time.
Like the Men in Black shit. Look at this. They wipe your memory.
In the years since the first stories of the Montauk Project emerged, Many people have managed to sneak into the abandoned airbase in search of answers. Geological surveys have produced evidence of tunnels and chambers hidden beneath the derelict buildings on the site, as well as what appear to be sealed-up stairwells. Perhaps of note is that in the covenant agreed with the military, it is specifically stated that the Park Service were only granted authority over anything above the surface of the ground. The radar tower is still present, with suspicions that it was not left as a navigational aid at all, but that it was instead still used in secretive experiments. The location of the base was perfect for the amplification of high-frequency signals generated by other hidden facilities located around the wider United States. Some locals even allege that they have seen the dish rotating since the base was shut down, and that people in the vicinity continue to suffer headaches and nausea as a result.
High-frequency attack.
It is impossible to deny that the many haunting and fantastic accounts provided by those who allege they were involved in the project test the limits of believability. And if the story sounds like the plot of the TV series Stranger Things...
Stranger Things, because that's where they got it from. Exactly. That's what Stranger Things is about.
Directly inspired by the...
And I knew exactly when I started looking and said, this is that montage shit that they made into a TV show. They try to make it, but this is the montage shit. They always tell you the truth in one of their goofy shows. I knew, I said, hey, this is that montage shit.
They even named the show Montauk when pitching it to various streaming services. Despite the outlandish nature of such claims, however, it is equally possible that as more and more of America's historic military secrets continue to be uncovered, some confirmation of their accounts may still be forthcoming. Their stories have already left an indelible mark upon our society in numerous ways, referenced in various works and pop culture. In this way,
that's not. Let me talk about this lady and these dudes, these guys, these cats breaking these kids' bones. So yeah, the Montauk guys is them trying to understand what Africans can do by nature. You're interdimensional. African people are interdimensional beings by nature. That's what you are. But you've been scared of that. You thought it's witchcraft, it's evil, all other kind of moronic shit you've been told. How can it be evil if that's part of your nature? That's who you are. That's your natural ability. God wouldn't give you these things if they were evil. You've been telekinesis, have intuition. All this stuff is all natural. That's supernatural. It's all natural to you. If you're eating a clean diet, you're meditating, going within all these, and now the energy is changing on the planet, all these other things that African people can do are going to start coming online. Because you are the technology. You don't need to do all these experiments. That's in you. You just got to not be scared to do it. And say, oh, you practicing witchcraft. Okay, then let me practice it. Shut the fuck up. Get away from it.
Voodoo.
Shit.
It's
voodoo. It's voodoo. All that old goofy shit.
We get into
okay.
Just wind up with the comments.
Okay, let me read the comments. I go ahead and talk about that lady.
I'm gonna play this video, then we're gonna go through the comments or should I go to the comments first? We can.
Yeah, go to comments first.
Okay, so we have Big Cheese earlier who was talking about Chicago has an underground entire city that's.
Yeah, I'm about to say this. They said Chicago too. I agree with them. Go ahead.
From downtown to Chicago Heights, 50 miles. They only show you all fake videos of it. There's things on and people living down there. And shout to UK Williams, have a good day as well. Jason, he says, I don't think TikTok is going anywhere. We will see. We shall see on that. Karibu sana John Mosquito. I also see Jason says, Delbert Blair said that the gray aliens were folks that were in a nuclear explosion. Same mass from Mars, some from Mars, their form of created beings also.
I don't agree with nothing Delbert Blair say. I think most of what he says is stupid. I think the great aliens are a non-organic entities created by the Anunnaki. I think they're not like they're the Greys are like their drone, and more advanced, what we call a drone, right? A non-organic being that can act organic, that can go out and do things. So I think it was like a drone we would create, like a robot, but more of a humanized robot. That's what I think the gray aliens, the small grays, because they're completely kind of robotic and non-emotional. So, and everybody keeps talking about these reptiles, reptilians. That's the energy. I don't believe there's a reptile race. That's the energy of this thing called Ogun or Yah that brought the demiurge. So, remember, yeah, we're going to do this weekend. I got to go deep. We're going to laugh. Go deep. If you go deep, I could. My voice was gone. So we start laughing. Go deep. I'm going deep. I'm going to go deep. How dare you, Joe? How dare you, Joey? But remember the energy you see. Remember you would always catch those slit in the eyes of these Europeans? Because that energy, like from CERN, these energies that we don't see can easily inhabitate their body and take it over. And so that would be called reptile energy, because the demiurge, as you read inside the Dogon text, is reptile energy. It's in the ancient African text. It's reptile energy. So when I showed you guys, they would have these slit in the eyes. You see the eyes change because they are now captured by one of these demonic beings. That's where the fake church gets the demonic stuff that you think that's actually real, because there's other things from lower dimensions, right? But it's reptile in nature, as the Dogon, the ancient African texts tell you. The Dogon tell you it's reptile energy, that the demiurge is reptile. We'll do that Friday with Joe. We'll go back and read that text where the Dogon will tell you that energy is reptile. It's where you get the pathological devil from later on. It's where 1,000 years later they start creating the devil myth and all that shit. The Anunnaki become the gods, Jehovah and Yahweh and all that goofy shit. And the demiurge who actually controls them all becomes the devil. But that energy and creates something called the demiurge. Right? The demiurge the archons. He's called the demiurge. He creates what they would call demonic beings, the archons. Archon energy and demiurge energy is reptile. Not that they're a reptile race, it's a reptile energy that's low vibrational. So when they would inherit the bodies, because that's why white people, let's get deep before we leave. The archons created these white people. White people house demons. That's why they're so wicked. The blue eyes, the blonde hair, the white skin makes them susceptible to be able to house this energy. As Africans, unless you're drinking on drugs, they can't synthesize with your melanin. And this is a fact. That's why the white people say your genes are hard for anybody to manipulate your genetics to make you a hybrid, because you got the strongest original genes from the creator. So the white genetics was used to house these demons in it. That's why people say, why white people so evil, so violent, so treacherous? Because they house demons. That's what they were created. They created by archons. So we got to be adult enough to understand the biblical stories is taken from older texts, and it destroys most of the actual truth. But you can get the truth in the Bible if you understand esoteric and exoteric knowledge. You got esoteric knowledge and exoteric knowledge. So the Bible is just parables and allegories. They're not people. The things that the stories of how things work, the allegories. You're supposed to be smart enough to put them together. So if you go back to the Dogon text, it's telling you, Dogon text is 100% fact. It's just brilliant. because that's ancient African science. All ancient African texts tell you, yes, this is what it is. And now that you got digital cameras, you can see the slit in their eyes. Oh, that's the camera messing up. It ain't no camera messing up. This motherfucker's got a demonic being on his ass. And that's why you can take a digital camera, go out to any graveyard. Guys, if you're not scared, shit, go out to a graveyard. I told Job and them to do. They still ain't did it yet. Take your digital camera, your phone, go out to a graveyard at night and just film. And you're gonna see balls of light, because those are souls either maybe haven't moved on yet, maybe they're mourning their own death. I don't know why the fuck they're there, but you'll see them, because that's what you look like outside the body. You are a ball of light. That's what you are. So that's what Elohim meant, the shiny ones. They were balls of light who came down and made physical bodies. Body is just a meat suit. The real thing is the ball of light that's housed in it. So anyway, let me get out there before we get out for Joe. We got like 15 more minutes. So sadly enough, okay, go and read the comments, Joe. So then you have to video. Let me be quiet. Go ahead.
You keep quiet now.
I am. I put myself on mute. Calm down.
I also have Jason who says that they said Fox buried their vaults, have issues moving on until their body is completely decomposed. When the fox gets cremated, you will find out what you really are quickly, and the soul lives in 3 minutes. Okay. And also say Jason also adds all these forbidden islands have fox and beings on them. Go to them. You're not coming back. All right. And I also say Jiba Jabba says Jasmine Crockett is a race bootlicking. No, Jasmine Crockett is a race baiting big mouth with 10 pounds of Indian hair and 5
yeah, that's her. That fake hair. Yeah, that's her name. Crockett from Dallas.
Wow, 5 pounds of makeup. Yeah, shout out to Jasmine Crockett. I saw what some heated debate she was having yesterday with this other lady. Jason also says Bobby Hemmitt said that they are still creating Africans in secret. Certain locations Africans are not allowed. And you see Byron Scott Karibu and Sankenwan Karibu as well. You are asking about what is the Mantok. It sounds familiar. Of course, that is what Kit is explaining, where they have the ability of opening portals and all that.
Montauk was them finally. See, after all this, they got something called the in the 40s they got something called the Nag Hammadi text. Okay, so they found something called the Nag Hammadi text, with the spiritual stuff that white people started, and they also started doing quantum physics. So this justified quantum physics and understand not that the Nag Hammadi text telling them that white people were created. They wanted to know, so they wanted to start looking behind the veil. What's this really about? What's really occurring? So that's what Montauk's about, when they start practicing all these wicked ass experiments on people. But getting really understanding astral projection, what's something called viewing, but it was called astral viewing, and whatever it's called, mind control. This is where they were developing all these skills from. And so I think they, like I said, they opened the portal and they didn't know how to stop it. So they thought so they decided to brick everything up. Because obviously they opened the portal, they didn't know how to close. They thought somehow bricking that shit up was going to keep those entities. Those entities are non-physical. They go right through the goddamn bricks.
Yeah, now we continue. Let me share the video as we get to continue, as we get closer to winding up. Where is that video? TikTok. Okay.
Well, I just read another report. It seems that a 60-year-old nurse by the name of David Buchanan out of Detroit was arrested for breaking the bones of 66 African American newborns in the IC unit. Yeah. Another one. What did I say? A part of their what? A part of their what? Yeah, part of their DNA. This nurse, male nurse, 60 years old. Can you imagine how much damage he has done that he was never caught for? They just now finding out about the 66 babies. 66 newborn babies in the ICU. He broke their bones. When I tell you it's part of their DNA, I'm not lying. Yeah. This is what they do. This is the type of demonic, evil, treacherous.
Yes, it's demonic and evil for a reason. Go ahead.
How could you to a newborn baby? But then again, I always told you that they were groomed to be able to disconnect from the human race of anyone that did not look like them. So it's easy for them to look at an African American baby and don't see a human being. They don't even see a baby. Let's not forget, this is the same race of people that use black babies, the slave babies back in the day. They used them as Gatorade. Yeah. They would put the babies out there to coax the gators up on the land. Same people. This is why our history does not want to be taught. Because it shows you the true face of the white race. It shows you their evilness. It shows you their ability to torture innocent human beings. It shows you the fetish they have for violence, for watching the flesh be ripped off somebody.
They love to see you all fucked up.
That's why it has lasted hundreds and hundreds of years. This is what they crave. And the truth be told, what's going on today, what we're witnessing today with white people, is the fact that they haven't been able to raid a town or a small city in years. They haven't been able to go on their killing sprees. You know, like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, you know, and other little unfortunate cities and towns that someone said a black person did something, and it was just an excuse that white people needed to go over there and do the pillaging, to do the raping, the killing, the torturing. Think about it. When's the last time they've been able to do that? Can someone tell me the last city that was burned down, attacked, and people were killed, and they were maimed and tortured, raped? When was the last time that was recorded? Because that's the last time they've been able to get that out of them.
Detroit, 1967.
And all this civil war that they're running for, they are biting at the bits to be able to go back to what they do, which is kill, murder, rape, pillage, torture. They haven't been able to do that in a while, and it's driving them insane. That's why they run around here, this Trump country. Oh yeah, make America white again. What came with white America was black people's torture, death, rapes, destruction. And they were allowed to do that freely with no repercussions, no consequence, no punishment. Do you know how you get used to doing that when you've been able to run? It's like having a spoiled child you never told no. And the first time you tell them no, they lose it. It's the same thing with white people. They were never told you cannot do that. You shouldn't be doing that. at least not in a way that it mattered to them. So they continue this all through Jim Crow, all through slavery, all through whatever. They've been able to do this, and they have been able to do it scot-free without 1 ounce of justice or backlash or repercussions. How many people do you think are in this world that are doing the same thing David Buchanan did and the other white nurse that I talked about yesterday?
Look at the white nurse who did it too.
That have access to these vulnerable people that have been doing it and have never been caught. Now, the young lady I talked about yesterday and David Buchanan, they both should be charged with hate crimes because there's no black
hate crime bill, but they won't pass one. There's no black hate crime bill. We the only ones that don't got one. We the only ones get babies' bones broken, and all that. Do me a favor, Joe, but we got 5 more minutes. Type in white nurse gets caught breaking baby's bones on TikTok too. White nurse gets caught breaking black baby's bones. So we know this. You imagine the psychotic, the demonic spirit you got, but that's why they carry these demonic spirits in them, guys. That's why they can do all this heinous shit. And no justice ever given out to them because they control. Hold on, Joey. No justice is ever given out to them because they got control of the system now. You know, that's why you see Robert Brooks was murdered a month ago, beat to death in New York. Has anybody been charged today? No. On camera, this black man was beat to death on camera by 3 white men. Has anybody, and also the 13 white men and women and nurse that was standing around watching him get beat to death, every last one of these white bastards. Where are the charges at? You know, if anybody black was standing around while black men beat a white man to death, they've been under the prison before they left that night. And everybody who stood around watched, they would have been charged with an accessory to murder. But look, no one's been charged. And you got that fake ass black coon who's the damn New York State attorney, whatever her goofy name is. I'm going to try to get justice for Mr. Brooks. Okay, we're still waiting. Where's it coming? Where's the justice? I'm still going to try to get justice for Mr. Brooks. You go, what? What? It's been a month and no one's been charged yet. And you know why? Because he's black. You can be beat to death on camera by these wicked ass crackers. It ain't shit gonna happen to these bastards. And they tell you what the fuck is white privilege. That's what white privilege is. And this is white privilege here. They ain't charged that old man, they ain't charged this lady, they ain't charged this lady for breaking the bone. You won't find no black woman that's a nurse breaking the bones of any of these white babies. Never! 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 Because I told you, they're not able to see your humanity. And it goes deeper than that. We'll go to Friday. Because they're demonic. This is demonic. Everybody knows it's demonic. But they would say, well, you can't call them a demon. Actually, you can't. Their racism is demonic. Their hatred is demonic. Babies. Who would want to hurt a newborn baby? Break its bones. What? Go ahead, Joby, play.
Today in connection to that ongoing investigation into the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. And our 8 News reporter Victoria Lucas is taking action, getting new information in this case today from the courthouse.
She joins us this evening in Henrico with the latest.
And pause it for 1 second. Like I told Demore, you got Africans. Oh, I'm glad I got a white doctor. You out your fucking mind. Your African head is colonized, as Joby and Eric Tom were talking on the show earlier. Your mind is colonized. That's your fucking enemy. The best doctors are Africans. Stupid. You better go to them, because they're gonna find some way to fuck you up. You better get to know what the hell's going on and stop your goofy Jesus worship. Go ahead, Joby.
Presiding in this case denied reporters access into the courtroom, but Henrico County Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor did confirm Aaron Strotman was denied bond. Strotman faces 1 count of felony child neglect and 1 count of felony malicious wounding for an injury to an infant on or about November 10th of 2024.
1 count. She had did numerous damn babies too. Only 1 count. Wow, 1 count? Really? When she's over there breaking children's Bill Black. And remember, it's only the black kids. Remember, because there's white kids born, there's Asian kids born, there's East Indian, we got them all here now. It was only the black babies, men and girls, boys and girls, bones being broke. Not the Asians, not the East Indians, definitely not the Caucasian babies. Only the black babies. Bones were being, just like that old dirty crack in Michigan that they talked about first. Only black babies' bones. Don't tell me you stopped your fucking racism. It's embedded in your ass. Go ahead, Joe.
Henrico County's top prosecutor letting reporters know her office will continue to work very aggressively into the investigation into Henrico Doctors Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. In less than 2 weeks, 1 woman has been charged and arrested. 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Chesterfield County, who was denied
26
by a judge
now remember,
Friday afternoon.
She got caught doing it before and they brought her back.
For 1 person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024.
Exactly. This been going on. So 2023, 2024, 7 babies. 7 babies, and they don't know yet because she's white. This is 2 years, goddamn, it's 2025. She's been doing it since 2023. 7 babies, but only black babies. Not white. Not Asian, not East Indian, black bones being broke because she's white. They don't know what white, and don't let them ever gaslight. These motherfuckers know what white privilege is. They fucking know it. We get to talking crazy about this fake ass reverse racism and all this fake ass shit. Ask these moronic ass crackers, what the fuck is you being a conservative? What the fuck are you conservative? And I really know that the fake liberals are racist. Even because what are you concerned? They made a whole party out of racism. Some of they being conservative what? What are you conservative? Because you're conservative with your racism? That's what you're talking about. Because you didn't build this country and most of you motherfuckers wasn't here. Most of you motherfuckers got off the goddamn European banana boat during the Great Migration. Most of you white people are 2nd and 3rd generation. That's a fact. You didn't build none of this fucking country. And you get mad when African Americans say, we built this bitch. And you say, oh, you built, look at Africa. Africa ain't all slums. What the fuck are you talking about? Because your mind's fucked up. Go ahead, Joe. Read the comments. We wrap it up.
Yeah. Damn.
Breaking baby's bones, Joby.
I didn't want my dick to end up like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It got real. You got disturbed from the underground cities to the breaking of the bones. That's because the hatred is deep, Joby. The hatred, Joby, is psychotic. It's demonic. Go ahead.
I see this one says, let them come on and get this work. Whites don't have the numbers.
They don't got the numbers.
I also say Jibba says it's terrible and should be illegal that you can't sit with your newborn baby 24/7 while in hospital. And he also says no need. They lock our men up and give out welfare and feminism to our women. And John Mosquito says that they want access to black people energy without us being able to do anything about it.
Exactly, General Mosquito. Perfect comment. Exactly.
It's crazy. Shout out to you, Ricky Snow. It says, I'm glad my kids were born in military hospitals.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, because everything is monitored. You're right. You leave your children around these people, you out your fucking mind.
Damn, that's sad. That's bad. I have to say, being honest, but have yourself a good day. That has just shattered my mood, being honest. I had a really good day, a joyful day, but that has just shattered my mood. So
We had a joyful day, Joy, because you know why it destroyed your joy? Because that's your humanity, your love. And you as an average, it blows the mind you can't fathom that kind of evil. It just blows the mind.
have yourself a good day. Much love. I hope we're gonna have a positive conversation and fun on Friday, not this deep kind of.
No, we're not gonna go. No, we're not going to Broken Bones. We're gonna go to this European. We're gonna go talk about what's inside them, what happened. And if we can't do it on YouTube, we'll be on BitChute, Rumble, and network. So whatever. We're gonna go deep Friday. So good. So we didn't understand why they act this way. Why are they this way? And they're never gonna change. So get me. Much love, family.
Much love, family. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Damn.
Peace. Feel better.